hmm Just considering the due process necessary to issue a court order. Yeah. If the petitioner does not acknowledge it because of her not being there, yes. What was the substance of the order that she understood as the restraint provisions? Ouch. I mean, you didn't require her signature, so did she agree to everything that you were doing? Because if I don't acknowledge something, let's say that you say that the court's website is what I have to do. But every time I've been to court, you gave me a next appearance date. Yes. Now, why would I think that doing something different than what I've been doing is what I need to do because you decided to abuse your power? Yeah. And you decided to do something different than what's been done for the last year. Oh, now you say, well, if you don't appear in court on the 25th, we're going to arrest you. I told you I wasn't going to court on the 25th. Every time I've appeared in court, it was because of the next appearance date. Yes, I agreed to be there because I did know my schedule would be available at that day and time. Yes, you did. hmm Now, we did have a court hearing where I was on the docket on June 6th of 2018. Yes. And we did have a hearing at 7/18 of 2018. Right. At 2 p.m. Yes. And then I put screen prints of the actual court day and time on my Facebook profile. Yes. Then I made videos and quite possibly I scanned in some of these. Yes. Now, why the fuck is it? Would I? Oh, you can arbitrarily change the actual rules, regulations, laws, and precedents about when the accused, while on personal recognizance, has to appear in court. Now let's take it from the standpoint of, well, you say that she had a chance to sign this. Does the petitioner actually know? I mean, did she get a copy of it? If she wasn't there on that day and time because I was here at these days and times, yes, that's how I found out about the next appearance date. If she wasn't there on July 31st of 2015, yes, because she didn't acknowledge it. Does she know the restraint provisions, or does she realize I didn't get any due process? Now, I'm just starting to wonder how it is that judiciaries think that if you don't have a signature of the petitioner, that she herself does know or doesn't know. Poe. See, you had a court hearing on June 12th of 2015. Yeah, reissuing the temporary protection order. 40 days later, you had another court hearing where there were two attempts of service and I was not served. Did she, Heidi Lee Budnick, get a copy of the actual protection order? How do you know the substantive due process of a court hearing as a petitioner if you don't know what was actually going on during that day and time? Now, you would think that the petitioner, yes, the individual that motions the court, yes, her not being there, she would have no idea what was said or done during that actual day and time. Now, a family court, well, what day was July 31st? Calendar, pow, pow. Was it a Friday? Court rules, chooch. Now, what number was she on the docket on July 31st of 2015? Choo, 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 choo. She was, well, this says it was done at 2:05 p.m. Yes. And as we looked at it, okay, let's just look at it. Must have been the 1:30 docket. Yes, 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 it probably was. And she wasn't there, so she has no idea of exactly what the fuck you were doing. Yes. Now, this substantive due process in a court hearing, yes, without the actual appearance of the petitioner, yes. Are there any processes of having a hearing? Yes. Well, look at here. It was a Friday. Yes, Friday, the 31st of July 15th. Oh, that the court rules were being enforced on that day. Should we get out the Clallam County Court rules for because it's not that difficult for me, okay? If you signed it at 2:05 p.m., yes, and then it was date and time stamped, certified, yes, it is. at 2:21, 16 minutes later was filed with the Clallam County Clerk. Did you have any more hearings that day, or did somebody get up out of the court hearing? Yes. Walked it over to the individual that works in the other clerk's office. Say, well, time, date, and stamp it as filed with the Clallam County Clerk? Yes. Because as I understand it, this clerk right here, on July 31st, 2015, yeah, quite possibly it's not the elected oath of office. Pooch, pooch, pooch. But this substance of the actual hearing itself, chooch, 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 chooch. What exactly happens? Do you call the individual to the stand similar to criminal cases where, Mr. Budnick, we'd like you to take the stand so that we can question you about the accusation of crime? I think I have a real lawsuit here. Yes, he does. Now, I know the procedural due process where you only have 14 days for personal service, but you decided to attempt service twice in 40 days? Yes. All these procedures seem to confuse the judges. I talk to you. Now, let's look at the Clallam County rules again, Shantweet Pooch. These rules that you don't say are enforceable. I can't fucking believe this. Now, I know, okay? I'm wanting to sue you today and put you in prison. Those are fighting words, aren't they? It's difficult to call somebody to the stand when they're not there, isn't it? You have a docket with a number of persons that are to appear in court on that day and time. Yes, but they decide, nah, you go ahead and have the hearing without me. I'm busy that day. Um, exactly how much substantive due process is violated when the actual petition